注がれた光の雨、瞳に映ったこの世界を守るため立ち向かう、それは心もやせが隅でまた霞み始めてる。決意揺らぎそうでも閉ざされた空、その鍵を壊せばそう握られた刃はまだ持て余されて加速する共鳴が言霊を脈打たせてく。「
続ける
憎しみや恨みを生んでしまうのかもしれない正解のない世界に苦しんでそれでも受け止め我らは叫ばなければいけないんだ心がぶついて思い描いた自由への衝撃僕のエゴであろう君の願いであろうそれがダメのままでと悔や
Here we are. Awesome. Welcome back, everyone, to the Cryptoverse. As you know, my name is Ben, ChainGuardians, ChainBoost. I'm joined today by Fadi, CEO and founder of Fidira, and Anouk, CTO of Fidira. And Anouk, I'm going to be coming your way, man. Why are we not seeing you on video right now?
Because I'm in a backwater country in Australia where at the moment we have the slightest bit of rain, the internet is just completely dropping out. So I am on my mobile, and I can try and see if I can activate it, but usually it doesn't. Let's try it. I'm going to try it here.
Oh wow! There we go. Wow.
There we go.
We found you.
Can you see me?
I reckon that this is the win for the day right here is getting you on video. Brilliant. Well, today is really cool. It's exciting. I mean, the thing about crypto gift cards is it's completely revolutionizing. It's acting as a bridge between traditional industries, financial industries, and crypto. So I'm very excited to be here, as always. These two gentlemen are big fans of what they're doing in the space. A little bit of kind of breakdown on how today's live stream is going to go. Same way as we did the structure of last live stream. Ask your questions throughout the live stream. Fadi is going to be picking some good questions as they roll in. We'll answer those questions and you'll get some whitelistings. So we're giving whitelistings away throughout today's live stream. At the very end, we'll do some fun community questions as well. Fidira has sponsored, is it 100 or 200 USDT today, Fadi?
We're doing 200 today, just because you've got such a big community, mate. We've got to spread the love.
Brilliant. Love it. Awesome. So with all that said and done, let's dive into it. This is a question for both of you. Maybe we'll start with Fadi and then come to you. And Can you talk a little bit about your background specifically within crypto, and then maybe divulge a little bit into how you became intertwined within Fidira? I know you're obviously a founder,
sure.
Fadi, so that's going to be a long answer for you there.
We'll do the elevator pitch. Keep it simple. We got into crypto obviously a while ago, but very basic. Just what's Bitcoin and how do you do it, or where is it, or how do you even buy it? And then around 3 years ago, I was launching another business, a car share business. Mm-hmm. And at the time, a good friend of mine, Jason, goes, "Oh, look, you really should put this on blockchain. Be perfect for blockchain." And I'm thinking, don't even know what he's talking about. Started obviously looking into it a bit more and a bit further, and looked more into crypto. And as we did, we realized, well, mate, this thing's really complicated. I mean, how do you buy crypto? How do you use it? How do I spend it if I actually make crypto? And as that went on, we thought, well, it can't be that complicated, just a commodity. We were buying crypto from people down at a cafe, and you'd be sitting down having a cup of coffee and someone's sending you crypto in your wallet and you got to pay them cash for it. And it was all a bit strange and a bit out there. And we thought, no, it's got to be an easier way of doing this. Crypto's a commodity. Why can't I buy it from a retail store the same as bread or milk or anything else?
Yep.
So 3 years ago, Fidira was founded, wasn't it? And I thought, well, best way to do this is you can buy Google gift cards, you can buy Visa, you can buy MasterCard gift cards, you can buy them all. Why can't I buy crypto? So we designed Fidira. And from there, we started the story of retail sign-ups and getting retailers starting build and so forth. And as that was happening, the ICO world was alive, and everyone said, "Come on, let's just fly to Macau, let's launch this and go ballistic." And we weren't ready. We were still early in the industry. We didn't have contracts in place. It just was very naive to think that we were going to launch back then, although we did get pretty close to it. And lucky we didn't. So the crypto winter obviously hit, and during that period, then it gave us a really good chance to regroup and refocus and get the business strategies in place, which was still missing, which is having the distribution networks, making sure you've got a dev team and a tech team that know what they're doing, and build it from there. And then about a year ago was myself and Merv, my COO, and we were away on holidays, and everybody started talking about crypto again and NFTs and this whole DeFi space and Web3. And we thought, well, the solution's still not resolved, is it? You still can't go to the shops and buy crypto over a counter. So we thought, okay, well, let's fire this up again. by now we already had everything in place, which made it really easy for us. But what we were able to add into that whole thing was the NFTs. So this whole world of NFTs, which was fairly new and been around for a lot of people, but for the community was becoming new, and the whole Web3 environment stuff. So we thought, well, let's do what we're going to do. Let's activate it all again, get the gift card thing rolling out, attach NFTs to it, attach staking to it, attach NFT
Pack it full of utility, right?
Marketplace, and just go hard. And that's what we've done. And this is where we are today. So now we're in that beautiful little ecosystem, which is about to get launched on Fidira, which is bringing new users into crypto and NFT and teaching them how to get into Web3 and how to play around with in the space that you guys all love. So that's where it brought us.
I think that's brilliant, and I think that's important to note too. Is the fact that you didn't hop on the ICO train because it was new, it was hot. You took the time to focus on the development, make sure that the infrastructure was sound before, obviously, getting us to where we are today, right? And I think it's important specifically because sometimes the multiple iterations of the business plan is what it takes to get it dialed in to then offer a product that people are immersed by, right? And Fidira, I fell in love with the concept because what you're doing is you are, if done properly, which I've now talked with y'all multiple times, if done properly, this can be used as one of the most front-facing tools in crypto to connect traditional markets to the platform and the wonders of what blockchain is, right? Because it's easier to go into somewhere, a retail distributor, and say, hey, there's a gift card right there. And then I'm sure we'll get into the technicalities of how you guys are going to do it later. But then, hey, what is this NFT thing? And then the educational material along the way to then open the doors into blockchain. So very exciting. Thank you. Thank you for sharing a bit of that, Fadi. And it's inspiring too, hearing that, 3 years in the works, and that's why we are where we are today. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, it takes time. And yeah, we're definitely a slow burn project up to this level. I think two factors. One, when technology is probably just caught up to where we need to be. That's probably the first thing about it. And the market's definitely ready for it now, where it still wasn't ready back then.
Yes, yeah. Brilliant, of course. Anouk, I know you turned off your video, so I'm confident that we have you on clear audio here.
I don't get your video. I get about one frame every 2 seconds. I'll try and turn it on. Let me know if my audio cuts out, but I'll turn it on while I'm speaking. So you just want to know my sort of road into Fidira?
Yeah. Well, a little bit of background of your crypto experience, and then your road into Fidira, if you don't mind.
So I've been in IT for my entire career, but since the early 90s, I've been obsessed with sustainability and community and alternative and complementary currency specifically. Basically, every giant crisis we're facing globally comes down to you can make a bunch of money for chopping down trees, you can't make any for trying to keep whales in the ocean and not selling them as a product. So I sort of, every time I turned a corner and found a problem, money was the problem. Is the short answer to that. So I've been obsessed with different complementary and alternative currencies for a long time, but I could bore everyone to death and no one could have a conversation about different financial models until sort of 2008, when people started accepting that maybe our financial system was not an intractable fact of life, and it might not be as solid and permanent as it appeared. And then in 2015, 2016, with Bitcoin hitting the mainstream consciousness, that's sort of when I started to educate people on different currencies, and the conversation started getting a lot easier. So that's how I got involved. I started giving workshops on, what is Bitcoin and why are ICOs generally a terrible idea, because this technology is not ready, right? I saw 2016 as sort of mid-90s in terms of the internet, but people weren't promising to make something like email. They were promising to make Netflix while everyone was still on dial-up modems, which is where, Fadi had the right idea. Like, let's build something that works, and let's build something that's easy for people to use. Although we didn't actually end up properly connecting till much later. And then, I definitely, when I saw Fedeera and we had a bit of a chat about it, it's like, well, it's one of the main things. Like, yes, we've got a fantastic, I call it a playground, where the geeks and the nerds of the world are building some fantastic new, sometimes good ideas, sometimes bad ideas, right? Just throwing everything up against the wall and seeing what sticks. And, I give the space a lot of room in that regard. I don't know the exact solution for, the perfect next system, but I know that it will be better if 1 million people try 1 million different things than if, the Reserve Bank comes down and says, this is what you're going to be on, and that's it. No choice, no option, and all your money are belong to us. Like, that's just not a way we're going to solve any of the problems we're facing today. And for this to be what we all hope it will be, in terms of this is the blockchain and crypto space in general, we need basically everybody to come on board. And everybody is not going to come on board using, the same interfaces we were using in 2016. Everybody's going to come on board because they can buy a card where they go anyway, where they see it in front of them. They can tap a card at a point of sale. They can, just hit a button on their phone, and everything is as easy or easier than the way that they're paying for things now and the way that they're buying things now. It's the best technical solution doesn't always win. It's the one that's the most user-friendly. And that's really what Fedeera is all about.
I think you nailed it on the head. Honestly, it's I say this every once in a while, but it's true, and it's the reason why I repeat myself is blockchain's in current state isn't that simple to understand. We've all had those hour-long conversations dissecting these vastly complex topics about the inner workings of crypto, of blockchain, and unpacking the wonders of what it brings to the table. But something can be absolutely incredible. I have a few projects off the tip of my tongue that I'm not going to say for sake of staying relevant today and on topic. But the issue they have is the inability to market their product and connect with these traditional markets because it's so complex, right? And you talk about this playground of geeks and nerds. I like to think we're all geeks and nerds. If you're in blockchain right now, you're so early, you're definitely a nerd and a geek. And if you weren't self-proclaimed attaching identity to it, gentlemen, I have some bad news to tell you. You're right there with us. But you're right.
And I certainly don't see it as an insult.
No,
to be clear on that.
It's a term of endearment. Yeah, it's a term of communal endearment at this juncture. Fadi, we have a bunch of questions rolling in here. Have you seen anything that you want to address yet?
Sure, yeah, I just randomly found one here. Shunba, are there any retail partners where Fedeera crypto gift cards will be available? Yeah, absolutely. So we're going to do a digital rollout, hopefully this side of Christmas, fingers crossed, and our dev team works fast enough and hard enough, which means you'll be able to start buying Fedeera gift cards and giving them to your family and friends and everybody else for Christmas. Would be fantastic. As far as a physical retail distribution, that will be Q1 next year. Now, we're not allowed to mention brand names at the moment, but we are allowed to say we have a global distribution agreement with a group called Incom, which is the largest gift card distributor in the world. And their clients, and we can say it this way, their clients are clients such as 7-Eleven and Target and GameSpot or GameStop, Costco, Google. So yeah, start rattling off most of major retailers who have physical stores around the world and that's who our distributors distribute to. So it's up to us, obviously, to get in store individually with those, but the door is wide open, essentially. So yeah, you will be able to get in there and buy gift cards from your local retail store Q1 next year, depending on where you live. Australia is our initial rollout. We were doing Singapore originally, but we're now doing Australia to start. Australia, New Zealand, straight into Southeast Asia fairly soon after that. Then, depending on distribution balances, it's probably UK, Canada, into Europe. That's in no particular order.
I think it's worth pausing for a second to realize the magnitude of what you just said, Fadi. And I know you guys go through this pitch frequently, or at least talking about Fedeera frequently, but it's important for new users that are just learning about this to take a step back and recognize the magnitude of Target, Costco, 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second. Let that sink in, because that's huge. You talk about infusion connection to these traditional markets. That's the key. Like that's huge right there.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the idea. So a lot of new users who still, and it's hard for us to imagine, or people who are in the space to understand, that people are still fearful. Mm-hmm. People still don't know. They get online and who do I give my $100 to, and am I going to get what I want? Because they don't know, and they've got to do the KYC, and they've got to go, which I'm sure we'll go through in a second. But to be able to go to your local retailer where you buy everything from and see something on the shelf, and I'll just pull these up while I've got you on the screen, just, gift card sitting on a shelf in a packet.
Ooh.
And all you do is, geez. And even if you don't buy it while you're at the service station or the grocery store, the name's in your head. So you might go back home and just Google Fidira and buy it through there. But that trust element's in place. And that's a really big factor in crypto. It's trust. I mean, it's... initially on launch, crypto had a bad name. It's, it was the dark web and it was all this sort of thing. Yep. And believe it or not, there's a big part of the community that still feel that or don't understand it. So it's opening it up to them and making them real comfortable.
Yeah, no, 100%. I have to ask this question because I think it's such a brilliant question to ask from DB is, would redemption of a gift card lead to a taxable event? And they go on to state that they're very interested in learning about the gifting possibilities from one country to another, and they obviously just want to understand the inner workings of how that may work.
Is it a taxable event? Was that the question? Sorry?
Correct, yeah.
I missed that. Yeah, well, look, I think it depends on where you are. No, buying a gift card's not taxable. Some countries, there will be a GST, a consumable tax on purchasing, and Malaysia is a good example of that, and it's going to be much later if we do launch in there, purely because there's a 15% or 12% margin above the cost of the card. So you've already lost that value off the bat. So no, it's not. You can buy a gift card and gift it, I know, out of Australia, and I know pretty much most locations we've spoken to. In most scenarios, your taxable ability is when you're getting out of crypto, not getting into crypto. And so if you're turning your crypto back to fiat and you're off ramping, and we can talk about that a bit later with solutions there as well, then there is quite often a taxable depending on where you are in the world. But that's probably up to the individual and their region to manage, and I'm definitely not in a position to be giving anyone financial advice. No financial
tax advice today. I didn't want to lead you down that pathway too much, but I
was about to, yeah.
Go for it, Nick.
I was about to chime in with that. This is not financial advice. I know here in Australia, there's a lot of talk about capital gains tax, which is when you buy something for one price and sell it for another. One of the things about activating the card is that you will be sent the correct amount for the face value of the gift card at that time. So that also doesn't apply at that time if the token moves later on after that, or you use it to buy some, Bitcoin or something like that, then those tokens can move over time, and at tax time there may be some sort of taxes that are due on that, depending on where you are. In a lot of places, it's a matter of when you sell it as to what the capital gains tax is on it.
Well, and it's also so complex and complicated across different countries and tax codes and so have you. So, as just two hands up in the air, obviously not there, my other hand was hidden. Obviously not financial advice, right? So, so obviously be cognizant of where you are in the world and abide by your country's frameworks if they are in place, and hopefully they become more clearly in place in certain areas. Anyways, moving forward, let's
get out of that hole.
Yeah, let's get away from there. Fadi, I'm going to stay with you, man, and I think this is important because we talk about making this super simple and easy to understand. Let's just say I'm a complete crypto noob. I have no idea. The only reason I got this gift card is because it had some amazing art on there, which, by the way, gift cards look incredible. I buy the gift card.
Sure.
Now what? What's the next step for me as a user? Like, what happens next?
Yeah, the whole philosophy is keep it really simple. I mean, it's I'm not going to go into the full acronym, but yeah, keep it simple. So let people understand. As a new user, you buy your gift card, or someone's giving you the card, as we said, and on the back of the cards there's a QR code. All right, now the idea is really simple. Scan the QR code, and that's going to lead you straight into the Fidira wallet. The Fedeera wallet is a real simple wallet. The idea is, again, try and keep it where people are familiar with. So it's going to look and feel a lot like your bank account wallet, isn't it? So you just got your assets sitting in there and no fancy things and buy orders and sell orders and all this sort of stuff, which some of us love and some can't stand. So you're going to open it up and you're going to have your fiat currency. Let's assume it's USDT or USD, sorry, sitting there. And you've just got a $100 gift card with $100 US in there. What you need to do, obviously, first of all, is KYC, depending on what region of the world you're in. KYC, again, really simple. It's scan a document. It's either going to be your driver's license or your passport. We've got it down to as simple as scanning your driver's license. Taking a selfie, that all matches up. You go through your KYC. So it could be anywhere from 10 seconds if you've already registered somewhere else for a KYC, or maybe up to 2-3 minutes. But that's it. Selfie and scan your driver's license and you're in the system. At that point, you can now swap fiat for crypto. So we're not doing buy orders and sell orders and place orders. It's just a swap. Mm-hmm. So you see your US line and you want to buy $20 or $40 worth of Fidira or Ethereum. You just press in $40 and we'll do a swap for you. We give you what your market exchange rate is at that point there. No more complicated than that. At the same time, however, just to make it a little bit more complicated, your NFT gift, which you received through Fidira, will sit on the bottom of your wallet. Now you can see it, so it's there, but you really can't do anything with it because you're still in a Web2 environment at this point. So the user has not moved into that Web3 space. So a lot of users might just sit there and stay there and buy and trade and do what a lot of us have been doing for the last few years and never move into Web3. But those that are interested, it's simple, one button solution. Click on your NFT or stake your NFT button, or only a couple of buttons there to choose from. At that point there, the education process kicks in. So we're going to guide the user through opening a Web3 wallet, trying to keep it as seamless as possible. So we're going to direct links to a MetaMask and be able to access that for them. And that's when really the education begins. So as soon as they're getting more confident and we think they've got more money in their accounts and more transactions, we'll keep feeding them with education as to what to do and how to get into that Web3 space. And that's obviously, and Nook, you can jump in there, that's where the one button staking comes into it, and NFT staking and so forth. At that level there. You want to take anything there on that staking platforms and so on?
Yeah, so in terms of staking, this is a space where we'll start by allowing people to stake their Fidira and actually earn NFTs, and actually start to browse some collections. We have a few people in the wings and a few partnerships in the wings, but basically we're looking to have an ever expanding collection of NFTs that are available, and really have a platform around that and a space that expands for all sorts of things. And with that, with different partnerships come different pieces of utility and functionality that NFTs have. Whether you're buying an NFT that you can then use in a game somewhere, or whether you're right, and all of that functionality is not going to sit in the Fidira wallet necessarily, but this is where you can get it, and that's, that will lead people down different rabbit holes to different other places where they can use these things and participate in different ways. And setting up your avatar in Fidira itself, so you can communicate and have a bit of a picture. Like you right now, Ben, I'm seeing a little picture instead of your video, right? Wow. That can be the same thing, but then as an NFT rather than and you can actually own that. That can be your unique representation in the world. So there's quite a lot of that. And yeah, so to begin with, staking Fidira can earn you actual NFTs, and vice versa as well. There'll be different NFTs you can stake for rewards in various tokens that can be useful on different platforms. But that's a one step at a time. That the roadmap just keep expanding, keep adding more different options on there.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant. Here's the reason why is I don't want to say we're past DeFi summer, because DeFi is hot. It's hot for a reason. It's the empowerment of people, peer-to-peer interactions. But there's this new concept it's relatively new of fractionalized NFT farming, which gamifies the process of DeFi. And so being able to stake your tokens for NFTs adds an element of gamification, of intrigue, which can definitely captivate people. So I'm excited to see how that unravels. And we'll definitely be keeping the community that comes through ChainBoost, because obviously we're going to be IDOing you guys up to date, because that's going to be exciting. And off the coattails of that, we have just saw a comment that I thought you guys were going to get a kick out of. Someone was talking about gifting their grandma an NFT or something.
Absolutely.
Via gift cards. Yeah. It made me laugh. I lost it, but it made me laugh.
That's a litmus test, and that's the whole point of it. Can you gift your grandmother a gift card, and can she successfully open the wallet and just be able to use cryptocurrency? I mean, should be easy. It won't be complicated for them. A question that did come up from Hashusi is the cards expire. Yeah, they do. There is an expiry. Does the card expire? And if it does, is the NFT burnt if it expires? Absolutely. So one of the gaming features there on the gift cards is they're randomly selected NFTs. So every now and then you're going to get this high value NFT coming through, and yeah, it's lucky dip, isn't it? So the whole idea is you're buying all these gift cards, and every now and then there's going to be a real collectible sitting in the mix there. The cards expire, so depending on the region of the world you're in, again now, normally there's a 3-year expiry date on them. So if you did buy a gift card, I'm sure hundreds of us have bought gift cards and they're sitting at the bottom of a drawer somewhere, and we're supposed to go to the movies one day and use them, and we never do. And eventually we get there and they say, "No, sorry, champ, this doesn't work anymore." Will happen. The same thing will happen, and the NFT will be burnt. So we will be losing some pretty cool NFTs on the way through, unfortunately. But that's part of the game of luck and chance in this space, isn't it? And trying to collect the right things. But yeah, they do all have expiry dates, but normally they're around 3 years. Yeah,
that's a great question. And very thorough explanation. Thanks for that, Freddie. I'm gonna go towards Gold Frick there for a question. How can I explain to my grandmother what an NFT is? NFTs are actually pretty simple, right? And so you have digital assets. It could be a video, music, etc. Some type of digital asset. All a non-fungible token is a verifiable ownership of that digital asset, right? So the way I like to explain it is there could be a meme that goes around the internet. People can throw it around all they want, but if it's NFT'd, then there's only then the people holding that NFT have the verifiable ownership of said NFT. So I think there's a lot of promise for NFTs to be the bridge, and I think that's why these gentlemen are here today too because they see the potential of NFTs being the bridge from traditional to more complex blockchain industry, and that's ultimately why there's so much intrigue, and that's why NFTs are so hot right now. All right, Nick, right. I've had Fadi talking for a while. I'm going to come your direction if you don't mind.
Sure.
All right, so the question being here, an NFT comes with purchase for a Fidira gift card, as we've covered. How will users be able to redeem the NFTs? What NFTs will be available? And we've talked a little bit about the utility where you can stake them to possibly earn tokens as well. But do you mind sharing maybe a little bit more information on that process?
Yeah. So basically, there will be limited functionality on the Web 2 side of things. We will provide single button options for people to be able to lock them away. However, it's when users move to Web 3 that things really heat up, right? Mm-hmm. That's where a lot of different options open up. And as we said, some of these NFTs will also be usable on various other platforms as well, with different utility. But in terms of locking an NFT away and staking it, that's as simple as seeing it in your account there and hitting the button, and we'll take care of that stuff in the background for you.
Simple.
Just that simple. But in the Web3 space, sky's the limit, and there it won't just be Fedeera expanding the capabilities, it'll be the entire DeFi space eventually, and we'll be there to sort of hold your hand to make the transition with the NFTs to, if you want to take these on, here's how you set up MetaMask, here's how you get your NFTs, here's how you see them, here's how you send them, here's, all of that sort of stuff. But in the Fedeera wallet, it's just one button every time it's an option, because even as we expand our options, we're always about keeping it simple. We're always about only presenting a few buttons on a screen so people don't have to, check 15 different settings and verify addresses and all of that complicated stuff that, some of us geeks and nerds that have been around for a while remember. I know I've certainly done my share of mistranscribing of addresses and changed a zero into an O, and just things like that, and then you don't know where your life savings have gone. So
sure, I do. NFTs. I think you got something for geeks and nerds, man. I love it. It's funny. It's brilliant answer, by the way, because it comes back to the overarching concept of simplicity, which is where it needs to be. Fadi, I had heard that you met Kevin. I'm seeing a check mark in our chat here. Vulcan Games, obviously, brilliant content producer here. He's too from Australia, and I think he saw your project on ChainBoost and tried to reach out to you. You guys ended up having a nice chat. Is that correct?
Yeah. Kevin's a bit of a hound. He chased me down. Got a phone call off him.
He's very good at what he does, though. He's a sleuth, and he provides.
Good.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah. And we had a good chat, and he's an absolute gentleman. And he got on the phone, and he's like, "You don't mind me having a call?" I said, "Mate, go for it. Let's have a chat." And it was a bit of that field. It was really cool. So Kevin was fun to have a talk to, and has been pushing in the background quietly and doing what he does, and introducing Fedeera to people. So yeah.
Well, not only that, I mean, Kevin's obviously very, very good at what he does, and I'll use this as a segue to say that I also know you guys are connected with some other very prominent people in the greater crypto space to focus on that educational aspect, and obviously it's going to be a huge task for you guys, but I am confident, knowing kind of who you're aligned with, that you will be able to make that happen. So Let's keep moving. I know we got people are looking forward to the QA section where we get some nice USDT out, but we got just 2 more questions here and then we'll get there. The FID token, right? So we have, obviously we can do some cool things we talked about with the fractionalized NFT farming. If we were to unpack all the utility, because everything about this space is utility oriented right now, what utility does the FID token have? And Anouk will come your direction here.
Yeah, no worries. So basically, the FID token, for starters, it will be paying all the fees for different transactions on the Fedeera platform in your Fedeera wallet, but also really it is the key to the NFTs on the space. And we've used the token because it's a lot safer and simpler to handle the gift card issuance and the gift card side of things with a token where we have good visibility over that activity. So especially when if tokens are or gift cards are not redeemed, it's a lot better if that is if that's all done in Fidira than if we picked BTC, for instance, which also one of the other things there is it's a lot easier to swap when it's an ERC20 for all the other ERC20 tokens rather than having something that's on its own chain separately. So yeah, definitely the ability to stake and to get the NFTs, that's really where we think it's going to be at for a lot of the people who are getting into the space now that, NFTs are really capturing the public imagination in terms of, hey, this is actually something I want to own rather than, some 3-letter acronym with a white paper behind it that I have to go and read to figure out what, exactly, rather than, oh my God, that's cool. Look at that. That's a a cat with whatever. There's some very cool NFTs out there.
Yeah, brilliant. I'd ask for a sneak peek look under the hood, but I'm not going to do that because I too have been on the other side. Actually, if Kevin's watching, that goofball knows he's put me in that position where he's asked me multiple questions in a row that I can't answer. So I'm going to avoid that question altogether.
Just so the community knows, staking is available on the FID launch as well, so you can stake your Fidira straight away.
I think that's more than relevant, and obviously we're looking at people are always wanting to know what they can do immediately after TGE. So excited to see how that unravels. Thank you for the clarification there, Fadi. By the way, do you happen to see any questions here in chat that you'd like to address before we move into some community questions?
Yeah, I just saw one here. Make my day okay. Would be awesome to get NFTs off chain by uploading them on physical gift card. That's spot on. So with our NFT partnerships and teams that we got on play, what we will be doing is giving them the opportunity to physically have their NFTs printed on cards. I'll go back to my little kit again, like that. And they will be, in that scenario, the NFT will have to be, the card will have to be hidden behind a cardboard card, which is a vanilla front. And you're going there and you're off the shelf and buying these cards off the shelf, and inside them there will be the physical NFT card there which you own. Obviously you own that. If you want to trade that, then you're going to keep the physical card and you're going to trade the digital card, but unless you want to be a really nice person and post it out to whoever bought your NFT off you. But they will be available, and they'll be running, a lot of those will be running a special events and competitions and games and all that sort of thing, in-store stuff. So example might be we're in a gaming store who sells gift cards, and we got our gift card there alongside one of the games which they're selling or contributing to, and it might open up a sword that takes you to a new level or a special tool that does something for you within game, and they will have the physical NFT attached to it there. So yeah, a little bit harder to control.
Yep.
And they will obviously be packs of cards in that scenario sitting behind the shelf, as opposed to just someone grabbing them off the shelf and rifling through them.
Brilliant. Awesome. There's one last question here, but I'm going to avoid it because we have covered it, dabbling in more the utility space. So I'm going to open it up to the community Q&A section. 5 questions, 40 USDT per question asked. While we wait for people to get those questions in, Fadi, can you give us a close-up of those gift cards one more time? I want to get it as close to the camera as possible.
Let's have a look. Let me do this for you. Change screens. Okay, these were just some random ones that we made up early. There's a golden gift card, which is your BTC gift card, and this, when we did it a while ago, we'd actually had a BTC attached to it, but now at $57,000, we don't have to do that.
No, you should bring it back. You should sneak that in my direction.
I tell you what, competition's big enough. We might run one in a retail store somewhere as your golden nugget one day.
Love it.
So yeah, they're the sort of ones we're looking at. And look, they're just real preliminary sort of design stuff that our team's been playing around with over a period of time, and they'll just constantly be changing. Hence why we're looking for so many NFT great partners where we can start loading their artwork in there and getting them out there.
Brilliant,
So,
brilliant. And where can people learn more stuff about you? Obviously, can you give them a rundown? What's your website? What's your Twitter? How can people reach out to you?
Good question. So Fidira.io obviously is our website. Twitter handle is #Fidira_crypto. And the other one, obviously, get on our announcement channel. And I think the links are all through you guys there as well. So get on the announcement channel. That's a place to see where everything's obviously coming from. Community chat group, get in there, have a chat with everybody else. And we've got our team in there that answer most of the questions pretty much within 15 minutes. They're pretty good at that. And if there's anything real tricky, they just refer it back to us. And time difference, obviously, where we are is normally very different to the rest of the world. So I do get back within sort of, a few hours later when I'm awake and you guys are probably asleep. But
it's almost like you guys are in your own little island, excluded away from everything else going on.
Yeah, we get to work half the day because you're sleeping and we're sleeping. And that's it.
I suppose that's one logic. For me being West Coast of the States, I wish I could work half the day, but more it's like you work 2 full work days in one day.
Yeah, you're right. in saying that, I think we didn't finish till about 12:30 last night and up at 6 a.m. this morning. So that's a pure lie.
Oh, brilliant. Well, everyone, keep your questions rolling in. I just want to give a brief overview here. ChainBoost.io, you go to our projects tab. You can learn everything about Fedeera from there. You can go to their website from there as well. Always recommend going through official links because there's too much scammy stuff going on in this industry. We just launched a whole bunch of things that may or may not have been announced already, as in hasn't been announced, so there are some spoilers on the ChainBoost project website. That said, I say that because the registration window for Fedeera's IDO closes very soon, so if you're interested, passionate about anything that you've heard here today, which you should be, then sneak over there and make sure you finish registration for Fedeera. And then Fadi, coming in your direction, we have a bunch of good questions here that just rolled in.
Yeah. Just one thing on the top of my head while I remember, your IDO finishes, I think, 21st on your front. TGE is the 25th. So, yeah, it's going to be
brilliant.
We will be dropping a few days later. So, yeah, hold on tight. Those people that get in and you'll be ready for 25th. So, we'll be launching.
Yep, brilliant. We'll have some official correspondence that comes out as well regarding TGE, token distribution. But just to clarify what he said, it starts, I believe, 3 p.m., I'll have to double check. It starts at 21st afternoon for BST time, and then it will conclude the 22nd, 24 to 26 hours later at some juncture. Yeah, somewhere in that time frame. So, but the reason why we brought that up is because tokens won't be distributed immediately, but in close proximity being the 25th.
Correct.
Awesome. What do you got? What do you got for us there, Fadi? Let's give some USDT away.
Yeah, everyone keeps asking on the AMAs, and I always choose not to answer them, but I will this time. What's the meaning or the origin of Fedeera? Now, obviously, my name's Fatty, so it works well. No, what it was there, FID or FID in Latin means trust. So it was derived from that, and then we just needed to round it off. So it's actually a derivative of trust money, but in reality, yeah, it's more the trust from the Latin. So it had nothing to do with my name whatsoever. But yeah, this a question that seems to pop up all the time, and we keep ignoring it. So that is who's that? Chable, CHABBLE. I'll save that for you.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, I was gonna say we guilty by association. We'll throw your name in there too, there, huh? All right. What else do you have there? Maybe a question that Anoop can answer, because I know he's he's waiting in the shadows there. I can hear him breathing. He's ready for it.
You like?
Hey, how you doing? I did actually think it might be a good idea to mention the vesting, the way that will work. But if you've got a question for me, then I can go with that.
Well, let's see if we've got a vesting question here from anyone, but I don't think we do.
Nope. Oh well.
You do that, and I'll find you a question while you're doing it.
Oh well, it's just that at the TGE event, to make sure that that things stay stable. At TGE, only 10% of the initial tokens will be immediately available for everyone to sell or whatever to send, and the rest of the tokens will immediately be distributed, but they will be a little bit like options in that there'll be FID March tokens or FID February tokens. So that way everyone immediately has their tokens, and if they're familiar with Web3, they can send them anywhere they want. And our partners Unvest, they have basically an exchange where people can buy and sell those tokens with each other ahead of them actually being converted over into ordinary Fedeera tokens. Mm-hmm. So that's the way, because basically in the 2016 ICO bull rush and craziness and gambling casinos, there were a lot of pump and dumps where people would launch a token, and then on the first day it would rush up, and then it would just completely crash down, and it would just stay down there because everybody who got in, there would be a few large whales that made a bunch of money, and then everybody else would have gotten burnt, and no one would ever touch it again. So to avoid that, all the information will be on your site as well on ChainBoost. But we've basically made sure that all our whales and the team are also vesting, so tokens are being effectively released over a period of time. And the way we're doing that is by releasing tokens that at a certain point in time can be exchanged very simply for Fedeera, but in advance of that, they will trade separately at Unvest.
Brilliant. Thanks for that. I think that obviously people want to know about the vesting schedules, right? Oh.
Yeah.
And so it's really important to have that information. Obviously, we've published that on ChainBoost here a couple times, and we will do some official correspondence here shortly as well. So thank you for that, Anouk. And then Fadi, you have definitely had some time there to find some good questions.
To find a question.
Good questions.
And Tangerine snuck in, so hopefully no one saw Tangerine there pop up.
Miss Tangerine. Most of the questions seem to be relating around the actual gift card and artwork and so forth. So you're very NFT based community on the chat today, which is pretty cool. Awesome. Gold Frick sort of asked a few questions, or same question in a few different ways. Yeah, as we progress, launch one will be the gift card sale, which you can buy digitally off our website. As we expand that out, you will be able to have specific NFT. You'll also be able to mint your own NFTs onto a gift card and send them to people as well. So that's definitely going to be possible. You can also select from our catalogs of NFTs and actually purchase an NFT, stick it on a gift card specifically if you wanted to as well. So all that's options, all are bespoke and all customized as we build out our services and all available to people to be able to do so. So that was that there. Another question. And yes, you can create your own NFT. So Sam Vexez. So I'll save that here again here. Yeah, you'll be able to create your own NFT, and not immediately, but definitely will, and mint it and put it on a card as well. So yeah, all those options to become your own artist and publish your own artwork and sell it all through our platforms, absolutely available. That's what it's about. And and even reach a point where the community can vote on your artwork. So we can run competitions. We'll be running competitions where you'll put your artwork into a comp, and the community will vote on whatever the artwork's going to be and which one we're going to publish and which one's going to go out there and which one we might publish on cards and put in retail stores as well. So all those sort of things are available, and in time. It's not going to happen on initial launch, obviously, but definitely into the new year, all those really cool activities will be coming online.
Brilliant. Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, let's see here. And we can always scroll up too if need be to find some good questions. I know we got swarmed throughout the whole live stream. You want me to grab one?
Find something for him. What we got for him?
Yeah, let me find something for him here. I got to get creative. Let's see here. Actually, I was trying to avoid the check mark, but the check mark poses a decent question here. When is the first rollout of cards, the actual cards, and can all countries KYC?
Yeah, so most countries can KYC, not all countries. Obviously, due to embargoes and restrictions around the world, there are some countries that we can't operate in. America will be later, or if eventually, just depending on their own legislations. But definitely, most countries can KYC. Gift cards will roll out globally as we expand the business. So yeah, it is a big process. I mean, let's not forget, we're actually doing something that most crypto businesses don't do. We're doing something in a real world environment, in a real bricks and mortar store. Which and when you start talking about the numbers of retailers that we're engaging with, it's a hell of a process to print these cards and distribute them through retailers globally. So yeah, you will be able to do it, and we'll obviously continually announce where we're rolling out as we do through our groups and so forth. But yeah, stay tuned. But definitely Australia, New Zealand, as I said, then straight into Southeast Asia, and hopefully to your store near you pretty soon. So.
Brilliant. Yeah, thanks for that. I think that's obviously in the corner of people's mind is when can they start getting gift cards to get their gram on these NFTs, right? So
in saying that, you can buy them online, no problem. So when we launch, you can come to the Fidira website and buy a digital gift card from basically anywhere in the world. So that's not an issue. Yeah.
Brilliant. And I think one good question
which means it could be a Christmas present.
Yeah.
Christmas. So now you know. Grandma gift cards for NFTs on Christmas. Anouk, I'm going to come to you here for this question. It's by Max Alias here that asks, do you plan on doing any type of referral programs?
So we're looking at doing things through partners mostly. But the referral side of things is not part of the initial TGE launch, but for specific promotions down the track, definitely to have people onboarding and that sort of stuff. In terms of sending people gift cards, them onboarding, it's definitely in our roadmap to give people a little bit of a bonus if they're sending a gift card to someone who then joins on to give them a little bit back. So yeah, that's absolutely there.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Love to hear it. So let's see here. Vulcan says, skip me for the giveaway. So we'll be giving his 40 USDT to someone else. That's part of the reason why everyone likes Kevin. What a good guy there. Let's see here.
Champion.
So let's scroll up and see if we can't find just a good comment here. And we'll just give it to a good comment. Arthur Zablucky has had a bunch of really good comments throughout this whole live stream. Fadi, do you have any concerns about giving him the 40 USDT?
All his, mate. All his.
All right.
Anyone contributing at that level is worthy of it.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Awesome. So we are towards the end. We have given away a whole bunch of IDO whitelisting spots. We've given away $200 worth of USDT. We've had some great conversations. This is the bridge between these global kind of traditional distribution centers and crypto. Fadi, Anouk, thank you so much for being here. Is there anything you guys want to say before we roll out?
All right. Thanks for having us on. It's good to get in with the community and have a chat and see such a vocal and interested group of people on the other side of the line. So that's really good from our end.
Yeah. Hey, brilliant. I think you guys should both keep doing these front-facing live streams because you both have great personalities and a lot of things to say about a project that truly has the potential to cause some really big ripples in the industry.
Sorry about my video. Pity I couldn't see you guys either, but yeah, it's been really good. It's been fun.
It's been good.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So
thanks for having us on, guys.
Yeah, go check Fedeera out on ChainBoost.io. Find the project page. You can direct over to Fedeera.io to learn all about them. ChainBoost, we have a bunch of exciting things happening this week and next week. So go browse the project page, and we might have a Marvel-esque rollout if you stick around post credits here. So stay tuned. As always, like, comment, subscribe. Have a wonderful day, gentlemen. Thanks for being here, and we'll catch you guys very soon.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the
Beautiful.
community again. Cheers, then. Bye.
注がれた光の雨瞳に映ったこの世界を守るため立ち向かうそれは心も痩せがせネオンライトが市街の隅でまた霞み始めてる決意揺らぎそうでも閉ざされた空その鍵を壊せばそう握られた刃はまだ持て余されて加速する共鳴が言霊を脈立たせてくあなた注がれた光の雨瞳に映ったこの世界を あらゆる感情が混ざり合ってただ濁るだけ故に乾き声を荒げたそれこそが着こなしいのだと誰かが語り聞かせただけどそうしていく清楚感さえ忘れいつか答え出さなければいけないこともまだあるのに一人乾きの水目を立て答えを探し求めて白にも黒にも染まれない助けてと心まさか選ばずにかけた居場所へとたどり着くためそのため誰かの笑顔のため涙を流してる人がいる何
別には何かの対立がすね止まろうなんてこと分かっているからだけど
大層なものじゃない崇高なものではないかもしれないけど心がうついてる思い描いた自由への象形僕の血肉となり君の魂となりそれを舐めることはねと食い合うなれぬこともいつの日か敵の足さ探せや大輪の花追いかけ
この味が誰かのこと傷つける
憎しみや恨みを生んでしまうのかもしれない正解のない世界に苦しんでそれでも受け止め我らは叫ばなければいけないと心がうついてる思い描いた自由への象形僕の意図であろう君の願いであろうそれを舐めることはねと食い合うなれぬこともいつの日か敵の信じたのは一輪の花
触れてくれてその時に
あがいてもがいてまみれのようにだからも恋の中にわずか輝くそれをその手に掴み取り勝ち取るためには